So this turned out to be the first time I've ever completed the bomb disarming mission in the Biolab. The weapon I like to use at the moment is this AK variant, the SA-47T. I assume that it does more damage due to the larger caliber. I also like that the hollow sight, the reticule, is mounted further down the weapon than the other weapons. It makes it sort of appears smaller on the screen, makes more of the area visible. If you compare it to some of the other weapons, they take up quite a bit more of the screen. Hopefully that helps me see up and down stairs a bit more, see above and below. I decided not to use the silencer because I'm not sure how much the sound actually affects the enemy AI, and I used a full metal jacket, but I'm not sure if the enemies in this mission actually have any armor at all. In this recording I'm playing with some Americans. My ping is like 200, 220, so it's reasonable, I suppose. This team of guys, they weren't using VoIP. They didn't have any mic set up or anything. They were apparently communicating by phone, so they're conference calling with headsets or something. At least that's what they said. So I had no way to communicate with them apart from typing, and so I just tried to read their movements and interpret what they were doing, what they wanted to do, and act on that. It seemed like no one wanted to take responsibility for the area we'd just come from, so I took it upon myself to watch that area. The light you just saw on the wall there, a bit of a glitch through the wall. Still some graphical glitches, a few glitches here and there in the game. So you can see they're all sort of looking forward. No one's really supporting me here. Everyone kind of wants to be on point and get the kills. Not the whole time, but most of the time. It's really interesting. It seems like a lot of people have been kind of trained by the more arcadey shooters to think in terms of their own kills rather than working in the most effective way as a team. I'm glad the game doesn't keep any kind of score of how many kills you get or give you any points. It kind of gives you a different perspective. It makes me think in terms of the team anyway, instead of myself. So there's quite a few guys here at the start, but by the end of the mission they're pretty much all dead except me and another guy. At all times I'm trying to, cover the weakest areas, pick up the slack, anything they're dropping, not watching, I'm trying to cover that. They've definitely got the front covered. Here, hacking the computer. The AI is getting better. I'm always worried about them walking up behind us. I really hope the developers don't feel too much pressure to make it more arcadey and easier and sort of less hardcore, just because the game hasn't been so successful. I hope they keep to the original vision and keep pushing with that. I want this to be the kind of game that actual fucking SWAT teams use for training. Just taking that area since no one else did. The cool thing they do though is whenever they clear a room, they make sure they shut the door as like a little note that it's empty. There's nothing in there. It's a good reminder. It helps. That guy sort of started to, he's starting to help out a bit and watch behind. Very cavalier behaviour. Quite a few times they use grenades and flashbangs and so on pretty well. I really wish I could have talked to them. I heard what they were saying. It would have helped a lot. I still haven't played a single game where everyone's using microphones and communicating well. But this is the best organised team I've been on so far. Even though a lot could be improved. I'm lucky I nearly did some friendly fire there on the guy that opened the door. So another one dead. So I knew these guys were moving into this room and there'd be AI in there. I tried to flank because I thought the AI would be looking at them, but they'd thrown a flashbang in, and I didn't want to go through that door in case they killed me by mistake. Again, I heard that guy coming up. I'm sticking at this door because obviously they're taking care of that other area. So that chap says GG, and I start replying. I'm about to say something, but I heard an enemy coming up. Popped him. So now somehow it's just me and this other fellow. I don't know how they all died. A couple more bombs to disarm and then mission's done. This fella was good. He seemed pretty careful. Cutting the pie nicely. Again, I didn't want to be on point. I'd decided sort of early on that I was going to let them take control, and like I was saying before, I was trying to put myself in the most effective role I could find. If I started moving ahead, this guy, I'm not sure if he would have been covering the back. We both try to peek through that little window there and see if we can spot anyone downstairs. So I'll sprint to cover over here. Make sure I'm covering a different angle to him, so we're not both, covering the same spot. A bomb down there. The bomb thing is pretty unrealistic. I'd like some more maybe terrorist hostage situations or something, but at least the bomb disarming thing, it's simple, gives you an objective to push for. One more bomb to go, I think. Getting a little bit erratic. I think he's anxious to finish the mission like I am. Here, I quickly check this room to make sure my back's going to be safe when I'm disarming this bomb, but turns out there was an AI in there. Thankfully he was doing his job. Whole bunch of them in this room. Now we've completed all the objectives, we're just going to try to rush out, get to the exit. And he's out of there. Ooh. I want him to lead, let me out. Still don't know the map very well. Probably rushing a bit needlessly, but we get out. I'm really looking forward to more content, more gadgets, different kinds of missions, more realism, hopefully. I do enjoy the large maps. Alright, so that's the end of the mission. Thanks for watching.